Welcome to News at Danville Area Community College. I'm your host, Laura Williams, and in the studio with me today, we have two people. We have Stacy Ehmen. She is our Dean of Student Services, and plus she has a huge title. I'll have her fill you in on that one. And then we also have Nick Catlett, who is our college recruiter. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So Stacy, what is your big long title?
It's really a short title now, so that's kind of nice. Dean of Student Services. It's just a big umbrella of student services. So anything from admissions, records, registration, financial aid, child development center, TRIO, advisement, student conduct, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. And how about those cute little kids from the Child Development Center?
They're so cute.
They are cute, and I love it when I see them walking around campus because my building's closest to their building. So whenever they have their daily field trips, they'll come and walk through, and it always brings a smile to my face.
Those teachers are amazing, and they do wonderful work.
They do a great job. And Nick, you are kind of you're like one of our little baby jaguars. Nick,
A big baby.
big baby jaguar. So you come from the financial, tell us your career, because even though you're young, you've had several appointments.
I originally started in DACC in 2009 at the JTP department downtown on Franklin. Was there for a few years and then transitioned onto campus to the financial aid office and was there until last December when I took the job for coordinator of recruitment. And I've been there for almost a year now, so it's been a little bit all over the place, but picking up knowledge along the way, and I really enjoy it. Yeah.
Very good. So there have been some recent changes with financial aid, so even though that's not your job anymore, let's cover that because it's really important for people to hear.
Yeah, definitely. When I'm out recruiting, I think it's another advantage for the student, the change that's been made with the federal financial aid. Some people are familiar with FAFSA. That's a free application for federal student aid. Previously, you weren't able to fill that out until January 1st using the prior year income tax information, which can be an issue considering people don't have their taxes done in January. So the current administration signed a law in that the application will now become available October 1st, so 3 months earlier, and we'll be using prior year tax information. So as an example, the application that became available October 1st, which will be for fall 2017, spring 2018, we'll be using 2015 income tax information, which most people completed by April of this year. Why that's so important, I think, for the student and the student's parents, is that it'll give them a more accurate outlook the first time they complete their financial aid application as to the assistance that they'll get from the federal government.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then how does that play into the MAP award?
Getting the free application for federal student aid, the FAFSA, completing that application fulfills your requirements for any government aid, or federal government aid, I should say. The Illinois MAP grant, the Monetary Award Program, is a state grant, and they simply go off the date that you complete the FAFSA. So for the state of Illinois, students that complete their FAFSA by a set date can be eligible for the Illinois Monetary Award Program. And usually that date is about a month or 2 months after the application opens. So we're anticipating that that date will probably be in sometime in November or December. And then it'll cut off after that, yeah.
Now, see, as a parent, before I became involved with the college, I would have thought, you can wait till it's closer to time till your student's coming, like waiting till graduation in May. But what you're saying is like completely the opposite of my thinking.
Yeah, and that's one of the advantages of getting the application done early. I lost my thought there. But
well, yeah, because then you're going to qualify for
right.
the MAP, and you can find out about the federal, because if you don't fill it out earlier, if you wait till later, then you're too late for the MAP grant if that comes through. Because that's been kind of iffy for a couple of years.
Yeah, definitely.
It's worth a try, though. Definitely worth a try.
Definitely worth a try. And so, Stacy, you used to be the one going out and doing the recruiting and talking to the high schools, and one of your former jobs. And so, about this time of year as a parent, should they be should they be looking? Should they be talking to their students? Should they be trying to gather?
Definitely. Right now is the time, even when they're sophomores and juniors, definitely to start looking at college. Talk about what they want to do as a career, seeing what type of college fits them the best. Personally, the community college is the smartest way to start just because of the cost savings, the small classrooms, the fantastic instruction, all the different options that you have right close to home. But in even community colleges, you have to do that preparation. You know, the FAFSA's right now for fall 2017. And, you know, back when we were in college, that was unheard of. So, you know, applying for scholarships, working on things that you can put into your scholarship applications during your sophomore, junior years in high school is, you know, things to be thinking about. But right now, we're starting to register for our spring semester. And, you know, right after that is our summer and fall 2017 registration. So in just a few months, you know, we will be full-blown ahead for next fall. So, and the four-year schools are in the same kind of time frame. So.
Mm-hmm. So once they start, starts moving really fast.
It does. It is. No rest for the weary.
And one addition onto the financial aid application I was going to mention is, you know, even if you're early and the student's undecided, hopefully they decide to come to DACC for all the reasons that Stacy mentioned, but you can add up to 10 schools on the financial aid application. So if the student is still undecided and you're thinking, let me hold off on doing the application until my son or daughter decides on the school they want to, don't. Go ahead and put it, you can put as many as to 10 on there. Of course, if you haven't done the application with the college yet, then they won't have anywhere to contact you. But so have the students applying now and getting that application done.
Okay, good thing to do. So Nick, you've been out busy visiting the high schools, and so what are you doing when you go to the high schools?
When we go to the high schools, I call it a college one-on-one presentation because I feel a lot of the information will be good across all fields, but particularly I want to emphasize the variety of avenues that students can take here at Danville Area Community College, whether it's somebody that doesn't want to spend a lot of time after high school, you know, going to college. We have great short-term certificate options. You know, our career programs are great. There's a variety of career programs from healthcare to manufacturing to technology that vary in length from a year to 2 years. So for students that aren't interested in spending a lot of time after high school, but they want a career, you know, a long-standing career that they can find, the career programs are great. But for those students that, you know, they're needing the extra education, they want the bachelor's or the master's, we can handle that too. We can allow you to get your first 2 years of your bachelor's degree done here at Danville Area Community College with small classroom sizes, affordable prices, and really good instruction. Yeah.
So kind of explain how that work, how gen eds work.
Okay. Well, for a bachelor's degree, the first 2 years are general education classes to give you that strong foundation to put the career-specific or major-specific coursework on top of your junior, senior year. So the first 2 years, although you might have done it in high school, you still get to do the communications, the sciences, physical life, social sciences like government, psychology, sociology, history, and then also some humanities or fine arts. And the goal of that is to make you a well-rounded person, expose you to a lot of different cultures, because you will be working with lots of different people in the work world in different cultures. So it's important to have some information to go out with you and better understanding. So how DACC helps with the bachelor's degree is that we help you with those first 2 years, and in some cases, some of the third year. So we can talk about that more in a minute. But so, you know, whether you take English 101 at DACC or U of I, it satisfies that same requirement. So it's kind of a win-win for a student at a community college because it's at a fraction of the cost at a community college. So it's kind of nice. So students, when they transfer as a junior, they've taken the same types of courses that the students that started at the four-year school have, but they have way less debt, or they've paid way less money, you know, for that part of their degree. It's amazing. You can get the bachelor's degree for almost half the cost by starting at a community college. So it's amazing. And now DACC's been working hard with some of our four-year university partners to do what we're calling the 3+1, and Franklin University has been one of the strongest supporters with this. But you would do the 2 years of general education classes, and then also some major specifics. And then the final year would be with the university, such as Franklin University. So you can get a bachelor's degree for around $30,000 compared to $50,000 if you would do 2 years at DACC and 2 years at a four-year. It's really amazing. The $30,000 is 1 year at many four-year schools.
Right.
So 1 year for 30 or 4 years for 30. It's pretty easy. It definitely
pretty
adds
easy
up
decision.
quickly.
Yeah. Yes, it does. So, Nick, when you're out in the high schools, and I'm sure you get all types of questions, because I remember in high school, I think I wanted to be like 20 different things. So, I'm sure you get those questions thrown at you. But we have a career center here that can help. So, maybe you want to talk about that a minute.
Yeah, not uncommon. One example of Cindy, she always likes to brag how she changed her major about 8 or 9 times, our director, our registrar, I should say. So, it's not uncommon. Students are going to decide they want to do one thing, hear something from a friend or on TV or on social media, and then it's going to make them decide to change their mind. So in that case, or for the student that just has no idea whatsoever, Carla Boyd is the director at our Career Service Center, and she offers a variety of services from resume help, workshops, help filling out job applications, mock interviews, so a variety of services. But the main one for new incoming students is helping them decide what they want to do for the rest of their life. So through her assessments, she can find out what they like to do, okay? So not attach it to any career or program, but just find out the things that you like to do, and then from that, match that to a program, a curriculum, and then from there, give them all kinds of information on job growth, job salary, is the jobs growing here locally, so kind of help them narrow down their search and figure out what they want to do.
Mm-hmm. And Stacy, I'm kind of jumping back a half a second because I just thought talk about the transfer guarantee, because that's really important for people to understand.
And we've had this for many, many years, but as long as you can tell us what your major is, what university you are going to, and you register with a DACC advisor or counselor, we will guarantee that your class will transfer to whatever school and major you said you were going to. If for some reason it doesn't, we would give you your money back that you paid for that class. So that is a pretty good deal. Now, following those 3 things sometimes is hard, but pretty much the way we have things designed now, all certificate and degree-seeking students have to go through an advisor. So, we definitely have the net in place so that you can't go wrong with that. So, every once in a while, I'll be in the grocery store or hearing my daughter's friends talk, oh, so-and-so's classes didn't transfer. So I'll say, well, did they register with an advisor? Did they know where they were going? Did they know what? But I mean, those are hard questions to answer sometimes, or what do I want to be? Those are hard questions, and I wish I could give everybody the answer that they needed, but what we do is help guide them and find that, because if they don't answer it for themselves, then they're not going to be as successful as they could be. And while we would love to see them come back, we want them to get into the career that they want to and have the right choice from the start. So
Sure.
I get those phone calls every once in a while. I just graduated with my bachelor's degree, and now I've decided to be a nurse, and they were a psychology major. And all I'm thinking is, that was $100,000, okay, but we're happy to have you. So it's important to answer those tough questions up front.
Okay. Well, thank you both so much for being here. We've been speaking with Stacy Ehmen and Nick Catlett, and if you want to learn more about Danville Area Community College or registering, you just heard registration was open, or filling out that financial aid form, give us a call at 443-DACC, which is 443-3222, or you can look us up on the website at www.dacc.edu. Thank you so much for watching.
Education kind of becomes the key. The more you know, the more they're going to pay you. Right now, because we are so in need of skilled employees, companies are willing to invest in employees that will get training. If they have the interest and can be trained, this is the beginning. The aha moment, it's the reason I come here every day. I want them to understand when they leave my class that there's a lot going on in the world of manufacturing.
With electronics, you can help people by like going and figuring out what their problem is. You're like the superhero. You get to come in and fix it.
I try to inspire them by challenging them.
The teaching style is more like a workplace.
They will work with you on an individual basis. They'll really try and understand what you need help with.
After I graduate here, I feel like I'll be very prepared for the electronics field.
Welcome to News at Danville Area Community College. Laura Williams here again with Laura Hensgen, and she is the director for the corporate education. Nope, take that back, for the community education, but she's part of the corporate and community education department. And we are here today to talk about a number of things going on with her program. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Laura. Thanks for having me today.
Well, I think we better start with, people are probably wondering, why do we have cake? And so, we want to tell you why we have this beautiful looking cake, which, by the way, we get to eat after the show, so we're super excited. But we are having, with our culinary arts department, they are having a Thanksgiving dessert sale. They are going to have a bake sale preview on November 3rd, November 9th, where you can have sample desserts. But basically what they're doing here as a fundraiser for their department, they're going to be selling desserts for Thanksgiving. These can be made to order, and they can be picked up on November the 23rd. They are going to have a couple of different things, so the prices are going to vary. So if you want to learn more, you can call the main number at DACC, which is 443-3222, 443-DACC, and you can ask for the Culinary Arts Department, and they can give you some specifics. This right here, as you can see, is a beautifully decorated carrot cake. We all like carrot cake, so we can't wait for the show to get over, and we're going to dig in.
And it looks like real cream cheese frosting, which is my absolute favorite.
Right. So at this
looks
point,
good.
at this point, we probably better get it off the set, because I don't know if you can tell out there, but we have a lot of lights, and they're very hot. And if we kept this here, it would just start melting, kind of like Nick
just pass
Catlett
it
was
off.
melting. So we will pass off our cake. Thank you, cake getter.
Thank you.
And so again, you can order those cakes through the DACC Culinary Arts Department. And let me tell you, a couple of weeks ago, they were involved in a fundraiser for Love Inc., and they made a couple of homemade pumpkin cheesecakes. They actually, and the pumpkins were grown at the DACC farm
Oh,
plot.
that's very cool.
So, I mean,
They
like,
harvested the pumpkins.
harvested the pumpkins, and everything was totally from scratch. So it was literally a homemade pumpkin cheesecake. And whenever I've made a cheesecake, it's like this.
Yes, yes.
No, their cheesecake was like this. So they have this beautiful pumpkin cheesecake, homemade whipped cream, a caramel sauce, and it was just scrumptious. So I can't wait to,
Well, maybe it'll be on the preview. What day is the preview sale?
yeah, they're going to have a preview November 3rd and November 9th, or you can just give them a call, because this might be running a little bit past those dates. Sometimes we get a little, the dates get a little mixed up, but you have until November 23rd, and so great opportunity to find out about those delicious desserts.
Absolutely. And a lot of times when you go to someone's house for Thanksgiving, they ask you to bring a dessert or to bring something. So what a great way just to pick up a cake already made, homemade, and help support a good cause at DACC, the
Definitely.
Culinary Arts Department.
Definitely. Now, your department has a little bit to do with cakes.
Yes, we do.
You have your cake decorating class, and that's probably not coming up, but we can just throw that in.
We do have cake decorating classes at the mall. Everything from starting beginning class had to do flowers to the third class, which is actually fondant. So, you know, all aspects of the cake decorating.
So, community education, what is that? And then we'll talk about some of your really cool things coming up.
Sure, community education is a non-credit side of DACC, so we'd like to say it's all of your fun classes. We have everything from the cake decorating class, we have ballroom classes, ballroom dancing classes, and that became very popular after Dancing with the Stars. And a lot of times people want to learn how to ballroom dance for their wedding coming up or dance with their father. So we've had a lot of father-daughters take our class, which I know is a special moment for them. But back to our class offerings, we also have dog obedience classes. We have the food service sanitation classes, computer classes, iPhone, iPad, pretty much whatever training you want, or a little fun class, knitting and crocheting, we offer it at community education.
And you know, as we're moving into the holiday season, we always like to talk about this, because inevitably an older person my age, will get one of those types of devices that I don't exactly know how to use. So I thought it was fantastic when you all start offering the computer classes, the iPhone classes, email classes, photography.
Absolutely, and we have that a lot as people come in and, well, my kid gave me this iPad and he told me to start using it, but I don't know the first thing about it. Or they'll say that with a phone, they want me to start texting. Or, you know, it could be a Kindle, something they got for Christmas that they don't know how to use. Come out and we can help you with that. Another thing for the Christmas and the holidays, if you're going to get that special someone a gift like that as far as electronics and you're not sure if they know how to use it, come to the mall and see us at Community Education and we can give you a gift certificate for one of our classes. So you're giving them that electronic device, but also give them the gift of a class so they can learn how to use it.
What a great idea.
Yeah. And our classes are very affordable. A lot of times for the technology, if it's an iPhone class, Android, iPad, or a Kindle, $20 for a 3-hour class. And we give you lots of handouts, which I know a lot of the older population likes because they can take it home and look at the handouts and figure it out.
Okay, so a good opportunity. And again, can you believe it's November?
I can't. November 1st.
It's November.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, but you're already starting to work on summer. But before we get to summer, let's talk about the Lunch and Learns because that's something that you're doing that's pretty popular right now.
Our Lunch and Learns have become very popular over the years. The DACC Culinary Arts Department caters the lunch. I always say we never know what lunch is going to be, but we know it's going to be delicious. They always have something hot, a salad to go with that, and they have wonderful desserts. Dana Wheeler's probably the best at dessert maker ever. She comes up with something creative, like you saw her cake there. But dessert, drink, and with that you get a presentation. Usually it's from Dr. William Splitsorcer, and he's a retired U of I professor, and he's traveled the world with his wife Shirley, and he's chronicled all his travels into a slideshow presentation. So he gives you the history of the location that you're traveling to. Well, it's kind of like you're traveling to because you're learning so much about the country, the culture, the people, and he shows you these pictures and tells you a lot of neat information.
And you usually do that like once a month?
We do once a month. We do 3 or 4 during the spring and again another in the fall semester as well.
And so what about trips?
Trips, another popular. We do about 2 trips a month, and we go anywhere. We call them a day trip because we usually leave around 8 o'clock and we're always back before it gets dark. We can go to Indianapolis. We go to see different shows. We go to museums. I know in February we're going to go to the Presidential Museum over in Springfield. And a lot of ladies tell us that's on their bucket list. So once they go over there, it's a fabulous museum. They can check that off, and they're very happy with that trip. It's a cool museum to check out.
Well, very good. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then, again, talking about summer, well, first of all, before we get out of the fall semester, so there's still classes. So with community education, it doesn't run on the same exact schedule as college, because college classes are already going on for the fall semester. With your classes, you have classes starting all the time throughout the semester. So people can, if they're wanting to do something, they can go onto the website or stop by your Village Mall location and pick up one of the itineraries, and they can see all of the different things that are still going on because you still have classes being offered. And
oh, absolutely. Just in a few weeks, we have a Kindle class running. So, yeah, classes start every month. So it's not something that's set beginning of the semester and they missed out on it, because chances are we'll have one coming up very soon, a class that they're interested in.
And let's talk about your location. We've said it a couple times, the Village Mall.
We are located at the Village Mall. It's very easy access. All you have to do is come in through Burlington. We're located right there in the mall, just a few steps outside Burlington. We have all of our schedules there. We also love to answer DACC questions if people want to come take credit classes or degree seeking or GED. We kind of like the sounding board. We get a lot of questions. Tractor trailer, CDL. We love to answer questions and help people out and direct them to the right person to talk to on campus.
Okay, now we're going to jump to kind of the first half of the show because you'll be a good one to answer this. So you were a student at DACC before you transferred on. Talk about that experience.
My transfer?
Right,
the whole
starting
process.
here and then transferring.
Yep, I was a student here for DACC, and I did get my associate's degree. My mom said, if you're going to go there, you're going to finish and get the 2-year degree. So I do have my associate's degree, and I transferred to the University of St. Francis in Joliet, and I'm happy to say back over 20 years ago in the early 90s, all of my my classes transferred. Not one of them did not transfer. So I was able to go on and get my degree in communications, and here I am today working at DACC, and I'm loving it. I'm glad to be back here on campus.
And we're glad to have you back on campus. You add to the Laura pool.
I do.
There's a number of us on campus. So what are some of the other cool things that you do? I know College for Kids is one of your big things, and even though it's not close to summer, we're actually getting close to winter and the holidays, this is still something, and when you're thinking of that unique present, College for Kids could be a really cool.
Oh, absolutely. And would you believe we've already started fielding questions about College for Kids?
Wow.
Parents are already thinking ahead, what dates do I need to save for College for Kids so my kids can participate? Because these moms, I guess, are planning out their whole summer around vacation and sporting events, and they want to make sure that they get College for Kids in there. So if you want to call and know what the dates are for College for Kids, give us a call. We can answer those questions. We don't have the schedule out yet. That will be out by spring break. But we'd be happy to answer any questions about College for Kids.
And they are from 3rd grade to 8th grade?
For the College for Kids program, we have several different options for kids. We have the Summer Enrichment Program, which is a series of classes kids can take. They're on campus from 8:30 to 3:30, and we escort them to and from all of their classes. They have lunch on campus, so really they get the full college experience, going to the different classes, eating on campus, walking around the quad outside. And there's lots of different classes for them to choose from during that week. We also have the First Gig Rock Camp. For those who love to play guitar, bass, vocals, drums, come here. We put you in a band, and they're rocking out, playing songs, and being a part of a band during the week. And we even have kids who have never played a musical instrument before come, and they're playing guitar on day 1, and by day 6, they're playing a song in a band, which is really cool to see. Other opportunities for kids in the summer, we have an art camp. And that's open for middle school students as well as high school students to explore their artistical abilities. Each day they work with a different medium and create something. We also have a culinary camp. So the kids are in the kitchen making different dishes, learning about recipes and cutting and baking and using the oven. And that's another popular week we have for the kids. Busy.
You are always busy.
Busy, yes.
Lots of things going on.
And what's great about community education is we mentioned the seniors. We offer the classes for seniors all the way down to kids in 3rd grade. So community education is really for the entire community, and I'm really proud of that we have something for everybody, not just the college student who wants to come and get a degree. We offer something for everybody.
And so it's a great opportunity to learn, and again, you don't have the pressure. You're not taking tests and getting grades and that type of thing. These
Right.
they're for fun, for your own knowledge, and you go from there.
Absolutely. You're correct.
Well, lots of fun. So if you want to learn more from Laura, they can contact you at the mall.
We're at the mall. Leslie and myself are housed there. I'd be glad to come in, give them a schedule, answer any questions they might have, and help them out.
Okay, very good. So we've been speaking with Laura Hensgen. She's the Director for Community Education. She also helps produce the TV show, so I'm very glad that she could jump and switch roles today. I always love for you to hear from her department because we all need a little more fun in our life, and what a great way to do that through some of the different classes. And again, as we're moving towards the holidays, these are great opportunities for you to, if you're thinking about that special gift, if they don't know how to use it, it's not going to be real special, kept in the box all year. So great opportunity to take the class, learn how to use it, and really make the most of your gift, maximize it.
That's right.
And then we don't want to forget, so you did see that beautiful cake that was out here at the beginning. That was a cream cheese carrot cake, which we're getting ready to get into as soon as we close the show. That is a fundraiser for our culinary arts department. They're going to be having different desserts that they're selling for Thanksgiving, so you have to place your orders before then. And if you want to learn more about that, again, just look us up at the website at www.dacc.edu or call the main number at DACC, which is 443-DACC, 443-3222. And if you ask for the Culinary Arts Department, they can give you more specifics on which particular desserts they're making and what the price will be for that. We do thank you for watching us. We hope that you learn more about the college each time you see the show. And if there are certain topics you'd like to see and know more about, let us know that. We'd be happy to do those shows for you. Thank you again for watching.